What's up everyone, Megurfey here. Welcome back to another video. So last week I made a video teaching you how to PvP with lower CPS in Minecraft, and in that video I mentioned a lot about how important having good aim and accuracy is, which is why today I'm going to be making a follow-up video showing ways that you can actually get good aim and accuracy in Minecraft. Now obviously if you already have good aim and accuracy, then this video, you're probably not going to learn too much, but for those of you who could improve on your accuracy and aim, these are some of the tips I have to help you out, and I hope you'll enjoy. So at number one, first biggest and most important tip I can give is find a sensitivity of mouse that works for you. So I have my mouse calibrated 90 sensitivity. My mouse is a very low DPI mouse, so this is actually a fairly high sensitivity for this mouse. And for me, 90 sensitivity just works pretty well because I can not only aim fairly well in short range combat, but I can also swing my mouse around really fast if I need to catch people who are trying to 180 me or do strafes on me off guard, which can help out a lot in PvP. Now, it is easier to aim and have better aim with lower sensitivity, especially in like PvP scenarios where you're not necessarily needing to turn your mouse as much. So for example, like if I was just doing a PvP scenario where the most I had to turn my mouse was from like there to here, having lower sensitivity could really help out in aim, because then I could have the perfect sensitivity calibrated and whatnot, and you don't really have to worry about swinging your mouse too hard. But of course, in many fights, one of your biggest advantages is going to be strafing really hard and obviously having good accuracy and catching your opponent off guard. So being able to do like a quick 180 or something, have good aim and whatnot can be really beneficial. So that's when higher sensitivity can come in handy. So I would recommend just finding a sensitivity that works for you. You can do this with experimentation and whatnot. FOV can also help. Now for my second tip, find a texture pack that works for you. And you might not think that texture packs are super important because they don't impact your actual PvP, but they are actually pretty beneficial, because if you notice, I have a pretty short sword texture pack, so it's not like a super short sword. But when you actually have a really long sword like in the default pack that takes up half your screen, it's harder to aim and have good accuracy. I also use a pretty small crosshair, and I find that can help me out a lot too. And speaking about crosshairs, I use the crosshair mod on Lunar Client. So basically when I'm in range of being able to hit an opponent, it lets me know. So I'm going to show you real quick. Let me just head down here. If I am in range of being able to hit something, the crosshair will light up red or green if it's like a passive mob or entity. Obviously, in any PvP scenario, your crosshair is going to light up red. So here I have a zombie. My crosshair is red, indicating I can hit it. And this just helps me have better aim and accuracy when in fights especially, which can be pretty nice. Now my third tip that I'm going to give you is practice. Practice, practice, practice. The thing about PvP and aim is it's not going to just come immediately. And obviously with these other tips, you can improve your PvP and accuracy faster, but you're still going to need a lot of practice. Personally, I never really used any of these tips when I was learning to PvP. I just PvP'd a lot and did a lot of practice. And coming with practice, I would recommend not only practicing in duels and in Minecraft, but also with like aim training softwares and whatnot. There are a lot of different aim training softwares, some of which are even 3D that you can even calibrate to specific sensitivities, which can be super handy in Minecraft and whatnot. Now, you can also just use 2D aim training softwares on like browsers and whatnot, and those can be really cool too and beneficial because you can just move your mouse and click on like certain dots, and that can also increase your mouse accuracy. Now, the fourth tip I can give you is just focus on your PvP and your accuracy rather than your CPS. I've stated this before, I can butterfly click 16 CPS in PvP, but there's a reason why I normal click 6 and 7 CPS in PvP, and that's because I can focus a lot more on my accuracy and a much better aim, and it doesn't matter how fast you click if you can't aim when it comes down to it. And I do practice with higher CPS so I can eventually get better at that, but I would recommend practicing with lower CPS. You can even just practice tracking things with like 0 CPS, just moving your mouse back and forth trying to track certain things. Like I could even do that right now, just moving my mouse from this stone block right here to like that tree right over there, or moving my mouse from this stone block to that tree right up there. That wasn't a perfect move. Or like moving from here down to this water right here, or from here up to that tree right up there. And obviously in game you're probably going to want to be practicing tracking in like lobbies and whatnot. Like if you're joining a bedwars game and you're in the lobby, you can just track and trace on other players. And overall, that's not going to like help you out too much. it's just a little bit more practice though, and the more practice you have, the better you're going to become. Especially like focusing on your aim specifically, like maybe you're only normal clicking, but you have much better aim when you do that, so you might want to try doing that rather than trying to jitter or butterfly click to get higher CPS, because ultimately when it comes down to it, you need to establish good accuracy before you can really become amazing at PvP. And I think the fifth tip I can give you is really get a good feel for your setup, and this goes hand in hand with getting a good feel for your sensitivity and your settings, but having a good feel for what mouse you use, what computer you use, your sensitivity, and all of that can really just help you improve your PvP to the point where you can do good tracking, aim well with higher CPS, and just have a lot more consistency in your aim, which is pretty huge when it comes down to it, because there's sometimes you're going to be aiming really well and other times where you're going to be throwing a bit more, and just having a good feel for your setup and a lot of practice can really make it so that way you have much higher consistency and throw a lot less. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe. See you all next time.